You look nice. You got all dressed. Where did we go?
We're not going anywhere.
We're not going anywhere? Where were we going to go?
Not the glow dance.
Why did you decide you didn't want to go to the glow dance?
Because it's too loud and it hurts my ears.
It's too loud and it hurts your ears.
You need to go to the glow dance and I'll stay here.
You want me to go to the glow dance?
Yeah.
And you'll stay here?
Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm not going to the glow dance without you.
What happened to the glow dance?
Well, the glow dance is still going on. I think people are there dancing, glowing. But but we didn't go, and that's okay. You know, can he wear headphones?
I'm not hanging out with you. I'm staying here.
Okay. Yes, he could wear headphones if he wanted to wear headphones.
Where do you want to go?
I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to sit right here on the couch.
Never mind.
Never mind. We were going to go to the glow dance, and Amos does so well trying so many new things all the time. And he was ready to go. We've been talking about going. I put on a clean dress. I almost took a shower. And then his nanny would have loved to have taken him. I wanted to take him, Meanie. You want some water? Honey, you can get yourself some water.
I'm afraid I cannot.
I'm afraid you can. I'm afraid I cannot. And anyway, I went and got the clothes. I got dressed. I brought his stuff on downstairs. And then he was like, no glow dance. It's not going to happen for me. So there you are. So I've been sitting here watching the nightly news. I'm now an expert on all things news. And maybe one of the funniest Instagram videos I've ever seen in my life. And I heard about the Menendez brothers. So there goes the glow dance. What is the glow dance? The glow dance is you go to the dance and there's music and you dance. I used to be in charge of the glow dance back before I had an Amos, and we would raise money for PTA. This glow dance was put on by the school and it was free, which was very nice. We're a Title I school. So we try to do fun things. Are you on Facebook? I am not. I'm only on YouTube. I have subscribers on Facebook, but this is a big video, and I am going to do some on YouTube this week just to see how it goes. Desperate times call for desperate measures. YouTube is a better payer, to be honest. So if I'm going to sit here, I might as well be on YouTube, even though I have like 10 followers. So if you have not followed me or you're watching this video, please go and like the video, make a comment, tell me if you voted, and follow me on YouTube. It's very easy to follow me on YouTube. You can also watch it on your TV. You can become a member, which is like a subscriber on Facebook. And I'm going to put the link up right there. I did it as a poll because I don't know how to make a comment. The kids got glow sticks to wear. Oh, that's nice. Alas, we didn't see them. But you know what? That's just how it is around here. It is, it's autism in a nutshell. We've just come out with a book. Well, it's not out, be out April 1st. You can pre-order it, Autism Out Loud. And it's just a great, I hope it's a book that a mom like me tonight gets dressed, makes a plan, go to a glow dance, and then it doesn't happen. And I don't even feel sad, which has taken a lot of work to not feel sad because I want to do those things with him. I want to know the other boy moms. I want to go to the dance. I want to sit at the baseball field or play rec basketball or go to soccer or take him fishing or go to camp. I mean, I want to do all those things. When I had a fourth child, I like imagined Wonka land. I mean, I just thought I'm going to have these three older kids and I'm going to have this little person. And I was sure it was a boy. And he is just going to be keeping up with them all the time. He's going to be running wild. I mean, I just pictured this full, fun, amazing life. And we have a full, fun, amazing life. But it is not the one that I pictured. This one is, it's different. It's so many ways it's better. And in so many ways it's harder. And in so many ways it's just not what I expected. And I think most of us will say the life that we had it or we envisioned. I remember I was like 20, probably 21. And I was over at this girl's house. She was probably mid-20s, getting married. And she probably doesn't even remember this since she had 3 children and her husband died of cancer. So talk about somebody that didn't envision the life they had. But I remember saying, like, they were like, oh, are you, dating anybody? And I was like, well, sort of. I mean, we're going to date. We'll probably, we'll get married. I know who I'm going to marry. I know how many children I'm going to have. I'm going to be done having kids by the time I'm like 26. I mean, it was like I picked up Sweet Valley Twins, you know, and I could tell you what Bruce Patton was going to wear to the 3rd day of school. I mean, I had the thing down like I had read it in a book. I knew what was going to happen in Laura Ingalls' The Long Winter. They're going to have to roll hay and eat potatoes. That's how I was about my own life. And me not right. I had all those plans and none of them happened. How do you delete seen comments? If you find out, let me know. So anyway, I got a different life. But it stings a teensy bit. A whisker, as Trump says. A whisker. I'm a whisker away from a sting. There's sometimes that I'm like, golly, Moses, I am glad I'm not running to here, there, and yonder to all these sports things. I mean, secretly, it's nice that I'm not doing that. But then, really, at the end of the day, I would love to be doing those things. I miss seeing people. We get home from school. He's about given up on going to the playground, which I've been at the playground for 18 years, almost 19. So I'm not like dying to go to the playground myself, where last year we went every day after school. And anyway, I do miss some things. But we've done some also awesome things. Like he went to a birthday party Saturday night and had a really good time of his friend Cora. And his friend June's mom told me today, like, oh my gosh, June was telling me how much fun Amos had at the birthday party. And that's sort of awesome, you know? So anyway, it's good. How late are you? You're 9 minutes and 33 seconds late. So tonight on the nightly news, there are a few things that happened. The biggest thing that happened is that the Menendez brothers are now going to not have life in prison. They are going to be eligible for parole. And what's really interesting is that their mother's sister, who is in her 90s, their mother, Kitty, who they killed, said she wanted them out of prison because they had gone through so much trauma. So when I was in college, a freshman in college, I did not watch the Netflix show. I heard that it had things in there that were fake, and that pisses me off. Like, I love a true crime story, but we don't need drama added to a true crime story. It was terrible enough. But anyway, my friend Rylan Woodard from Richmond, she almost didn't make it freshman year because wait, was it freshman year or sophomore year? I think it was, I can't remember. She watched the Menendez trial like it was a career choice. I mean, she didn't miss it. Every time you went in her room, she was lying on the bed, watching the Menendez brothers. So I watched a little bit of it by default. And I've always been like, did they do it? Did they not do it? But yesterday, I watched, I think it was like the new 2020 that came out last week. And there was a psychologist that was explaining like their body language while they were talking during the trial. And I'm sold. They were abused. Totally sold. I don't know if the mother abused them. I wonder if they just threw that in at the last second, but the dad did. This is what I think. And they're both married in jail, which would be sort of fun. I mean, you couldn't fight about money, right? You have to shave your legs because there's no, hoochie coochie happening. And I wonder what they'll do when they get out. Kitty was a monster too. The idea that you could marry someone and both of you would abuse your children blows my mind. Like, maybe I'm just unable to even acknowledge that. You could fight about money. Well, you could fight about money if your spouse went to jail while you were married, because you could be pissed at them for not making money, but they also wouldn't be costing you any money. But I don't think these people could fight about money because they never were married outside of jail. And he's in jail. Jail is free. You don't need money. Right? I mean, this is why I think jail is wonderful. I've only been to jail. I was telling Kate Swenson, I did a YouTube video earlier today with Kate Swenson, Finding Cooper's Voice. And I was in jail. She was like, I've never been to jail. I was like, I thought everybody had been to jail for like a skinny minute. What's the poll you had to take? It's the poll to see if you want to become a member. If you click yes, then you can click the link. It's a special, special thing just for you, Jennifer. What was I saying? Oh, jail. He'll need money for commissary. What's commissary? Like an 8-cent Tic Tac? I mean, no. Commissary. Shoot. So I went to jail. I was leaving a Widespread Panic concert, true story, in the mountains. And these people are talking like they really do know about what people fight over in jail. How do y'all know this? Have you fought with people in jail? Phone calls are expensive. What? They are? I thought phone calls were like free nowadays. No? I used to have a calling card. In fact, 530-143-6447-5219. That was my calling card number. And it might work right now if you use it. You can make a long distance call that way with the calling card. The calling card was a wonderful, wonderful thing. Commissary is very expensive. I need to go to jail, like Bridget Jones' jail. You have to buy soap. Soap? No. They have to give you soap. Soap? Toothpaste? What if you don't have any money? Your teeth are going to rot out. They pay for you to go to the dentist? Oh. Well, anyway, I was leaving the Widespread Panic concert, and this friend, I'll call her E. She was a student at St. Mary's. She went to St. Mary's High School, and she was president of a class, and she was going to be the designated driver. So she was driving my car, and I was in the passenger seat. And when we pulled out, she crossed the highway to turn left to get in the right lane. And she got pulled over by a practicing new highway patrolman. And she blew, I don't know, .02, but she was not 21. So if you blow anything, she was sober, you're drunk, right? And I was charged with aiding and abetting. If I had been smart enough or not had enough to drink, I would have pointed out that I actually didn't own the car. My parents did. But they said, whose car is this? I said, it's mine. He was like, you're going to the clinker because you are aiding and abetting. I did not know what aiding or abetting meant. I knew what betting was, but not abetting. And we go to jail, full on like the door slam jail. There was a stainless steel toilet with no lid. That was very intriguing to me. And there was like not a bunk bed, well, one bed, but it was stainless steel. And she was crying. And I was like, you have got to cut that crap crying off. I cannot take you crying in here. And then I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to tell my parents? I was like, this is going to be terrible. So the next day I called them on the way back home. And I said, you're going to have to come to Raleigh. I've got to tell you something. Did my parents bail me out? No, somebody's boyfriend bailed me out. And my mom was like, okay. My dad was like, whoa. Before I come to Raleigh, what's the problem? I was like, you're just going to have to come here. He was like, no, I'm going to need to know why I'm coming to Raleigh. Just go ahead and tell me. Don't make me wait. I'm going to see my parents next week with Amos. I promise you, I'll get my subscribers. I'm going to get my dad to tell the story to the subscribers or the YouTube members. So this will be well worth your $5. And he says, just go ahead and tell me. And I was like, oh, I got an aiding and abetting ticket. I think at that point he had like imagined that I was like pregnant with triplets or something. I mean, he was like, that's fine. We'll get a lawyer. Which now that I think, if my daughter called me crying, you've got to come here, I'd be like, oh God, what'd she do? But nothing. That was my one trip to jail. One teensy trip. How many days to the election? You're married to the lawyer. Good thing, because me gets some speeding tickets. But you know, the last time I got a speeding ticket was in, what's that town called? Cortland. Cortland is a very neat town. Like if I lived there, I know what house I'd live in. You know, I drive through it whenever I go to Richmond or DC. And I got pulled over in front of the courthouse, and it's like a 35-mile-an-hour zone. And he says that I was going like 58. I wasn't. I couldn't have been going 58. It wasn't even possible. But I got a ticket anyway. What else? So we got the Menendez brothers. They're going to get out of jail. And then we've got what else? What else was in the news? Oh, I know. This is political. People really don't like political, but it's just so freaking funny. So Michelle Morrow is running for state superintendent in North Carolina. And there's this group, and they go around and they basically make fun of people, but it is fantastic. You got a ticket yesterday, and Chuck Winnedy. I think my husband could represent you for that, Carla. So anyway, this guy comes up to her, and he's part of this like podcast group. And he has a piece of paper, and he said, "Boy, I really admire your work. Could I get your autograph?" And she's like, "Oh, what? Why, yes. Oh, thank you so much." I mean, she is tickled to pieces. She's gonna get this. He's asked for her autograph. So he goes, "Yeah, will you sign right here? This is one of your tweets." And she's like, and he was like, "Yeah, right here you talk about how, Obama's going to go in front of firing squad on pay-per-view. It's going to be awesome. And can you sign that?" And she was like, "No, I cannot. No, I cannot sign this. But it was nice to meet you." And she like tries to get out the exit, which I've done before. Or actually, I had this boy that I was dating at the time. He tried to get out of an exit and he got trapped. She comes back through and she says, "Who are you with exactly?" And I think she was thinking, mother fricker, it is CNN. They have taken down Mark Robinson, and now they're going to get me. And he said, "Your event's over there." It's like, oh, thank you. It's funny. It real, real, real funny. The trial is happening. This woman put her husband in a suitcase. How do you put somebody in a suitcase that's a husband? That seems like it'd be difficult. The other big news is that the McDonald's has got a problem with the onions. I never get those minced onions, so I would have been safe. But I think the cat just brought in an animal. I'll deal with that in a minute. 50 people got sick from the onions. And the one person said, "Oh, he was a bad husband." Oh. We don't usually get rats in here. We usually get squirrels or bunnies. They were playing hide and seek. What? Hide and seek with the husband? He weighed 103 pounds. 103 pounds? A human? Adult? I think Amos weighs like 103 pounds. Good thing there wasn't a suitcase then. Okay, I can't get into it. Anyway, the onions, the McDonald's onions. So this woman, they're like, "We have somebody right here that was poisoned by the onions." And she's like, "I was poisoned by the onions. I was eating those McDonald's. I was on a trip. So I ate at a McDonald's in Wyoming, Colorado, North Dakota. I had two there. And I had Big Macs everywhere I went." And I really was like, who goes on a trip to Wyoming and they just eat at McDonald's? But then I was like, me, I've done that. We were in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we went to McDonald's like 5 times because my children were collecting. They were obsessive over collecting the Smurfs. It was like, well, they did come out with Crocs recently. The little tiny Smurfs. We were at McDonald's all the time. Me, McDonald's, Wyoming. But evidently then she said she had stomach cramps and her back hurt. And then she said her kidneys were hurting. Well, I wouldn't know if my kidneys are hurting. I don't even know where my kidneys are. Or how many I have. Don't I have 2? Or 1? A liver. You have 1 liver and it regenerates, right? So you can give somebody a piece of your liver, but you can give someone a kidney. This is kind of like if I were a homeschooler and I taught biology. That's why Michelle Morrow should run for head of the homeschoolers, not the State Department of Education. The onions on the quarter pounder. Well, don't eat any onions at McDonald's. We went to McDonald's today, just no onions. Just it's Safest bet you got. Okay, I'm going to go find some dinner. Subscribers, see you tomorrow. Special field trip that we're going to be going live on a field trip. Carry on, people.